Some big news today in Blue Jays land as Nick Sandlin is headed to the 15-day injured list, and this is a big loss for the Blue Jays because he's been one of our better bullpen arms, has tremendous stuff, a lot of swing and miss, a lot of strikeouts, and that was something we've desperately needed in the back end of this bullpen. Plus, he's just been giving us effective innings in general. No matter how a guy gets them, you want some clean innings put up, and he's been doing that. On the flip side of things, we're probably happier to see Jacob Barnes go, as he was also DFA'd. He's had a rough go with the Blue Jays. He's a veteran arm. He's never been particularly good, but he has given some quality innings in the past. You know, the 4 ERA, 4.5 ERA kind of guy. The last man in a bullpen, basically. So hopefully he can catch on somewhere else, maybe in a Washington Nationals bullpen or something like that, head back there, but we'll see. Anyways, we wish him good luck moving forward, even if it's not with the Blue Jays. And to replace them, we've got ourselves Dillon, Tate coming up, and Paxton Schultz. Now, Dillon Tate will be familiar to a lot of Blue Jays fans as he was a longtime Oriole, and he's been quite effective in the past. He's the probably the higher upside out of these two in terms of right-away impact. His key pitch is going to be his sinker, and I will flip forward to some of his stats in the past. Here's 2022, the last time he was really quite good. And just the ground ball rate he's able to get and the fastball run value just because of that sinker. He also throws a sweeper. He throws a changeup. His changeup has some nice movement to it, but it's not a dominant pitch, and his sweeper is more of a show-me pitch than anything. He does throw it quite a bit. He's got a fairly good pitch mix, but he's definitely not a Sandlin in terms of the swing and miss. He's almost the polar opposite. He's got some funky stuff. He normally gets a lot of ground balls. He's been very effective in the past. He's more of a reliant on contact type of pitcher, but still, he can be a good quality piece in the bullpen because that's who he was when he was dominant as well. Here's a look at his 2024 numbers in comparison. A much smaller sample size. He only had 36 innings this year, largely with the Orioles, and then he came over for a quick cup of coffee with the Blue Jays at the end of the season. Fastball, he'll run up to around 93 miles per hour, 92, 93. It's not going to blow anyone away. And then, like I say, he'll mix in the changeup and the sweeper, and he's got to continue to get that ground ball rate. He had some mixed results last year, even though there was nothing blatantly obvious in terms of like why he fell off the way that he did. His FIP and everything like that, as you can see, his expected ERAs were still in the threes, still effective, but his season just did not go to plan, and that's why he ultimately got released by the Orioles and got picked up by the Blue Jays. So, he's not a sure thing by any means, but he's done it in the past. His stuff appears to be close to the same. He's lost maybe a mile per hour on his fastball, but he's a guy that I'm hopeful we can get some quality innings out of, even if it's not the most high leverage of stuff. And here's a look at how he did in Buffalo just to start the year. Obviously, incredibly small sample size, 6 innings pitched, but he's got the whip under control. He doesn't walk a ton of guys. He's been getting some strikeouts. And again, that sinker ball and the ground balls are going to be his path to success in the major leagues. So that's something we're just going to have to find out once he actually gets out on the mound and does it in the pros, because obviously there is a significant jump from AAA back up to the major leagues, but it's a jump he's made before. He's 30 years old now. It is definitely not going to be too big for him. Now we flip on to Paxton Schultz. I don't have a lot of scouting on this guy particularly. He's going to be making his major league debut when he gets in with the Blue Jays. He's been around the club for a few years now. He's been in spring training. We were familiar with the name, but yeah, just haven't seen what he's able to do against major league pitching. He's having a good start to the year. He's getting some strikeouts. Again, he doesn't seem to be a guy that walks a ton of guys. He gets in there, throws strikes, and so far it's had good results in AAA. But again, we'll see how that translates up to the pros. Now, these are the pitches that he's been throwing. I just wanted to get a feel for how his arm is looking to start the year. So he's running his fastball. The highest I've seen is about 94 miles an hour, but he does sit in the 92 range a lot more often. He throws a cutter, throws a slider, throws a changeup, and again, it looks like he hammers strikes in there, and hopefully, it'll translate into the major leagues. But he's going to be filling that Jacob Barnes role, I'd have to assume, just the lower leverage stuff, maybe eat a couple of innings here and there when, the game isn't on the line ideally. I think Tate will probably be given the higher leverage of the two, and that makes complete sense. But either way, here's to hoping that we can get some quality innings out of one or both of them. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say today, is just hop on, let you guys know there's a couple transactions made. These are the guys we're bringing in. Hopefully, we can get some quality innings and bridge this gap until we get Nick Sandlin back, because that's going to be a big loss. Hopefully it is just the 15-day injured list that he needs, and it's not a recurring injury. But this is what happens in bullpens. We need to get Eric Swanson back. We need to get Ryan Burr back, because there will be more injuries. There will be times when, Jimmy Garcia's down for a little bit. We don't want Hoffman to be down for a bit, but there's a high likelihood he could miss a few days here and there. Yeah, you need these reinforcements, and you need guys to step in and fill in short sample sizes and be good for your team if you want to be a serious contender. So this is going to be test one for the bullpen this year. Anyways, drop your comments below if you have any thoughts on this. Are you excited about the moves? Are you happy that, Schultz is getting a chance? Let me know in the comments below, all right? We'll talk to you guys later.